Good day, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Richard Nkwendi. Today, I want to ask a question that has echoed through history, philosophy, and the human heart since the beginning of time. Who is a true king? Before you start looking for crowns or thrones, let me tell you this. The answer might surprise you, because a true king is not defined by what sits on his head. He is defined by what lives in his heart. The king who serves. Ladies and gentlemen, the first and most important mark of a true king is this. He serves before he rules. History has seen many men sit on thrones, but very few of them were truly kings. The difference? A true king doesn't ask, "What can my people do for me?" He asks, "What can I do for my people?" He rules for his people, not over them. His power is not a privilege to enjoy. It is a responsibility to honor. Every morning, his first thought is not his own comfort, but the welfare of those entrusted to his care. That is the foundation of true kingship. Servant leadership. The king who thinks. A true king is a man of wisdom and discernment. He doesn't make decisions in the heat of anger or the fog of pride. He seeks counsel. He listens, really listens, before he speaks. He weighs his words carefully, knowing that a king's tongue can build a nation or bring it to ruin. Think of King Solomon. When God offered him anything he desired, he didn't ask for riches, victory over his enemies, or fame. He asked for wisdom. And because of that one choice, his name still echoes through history. Thousands of years later, a true king understands that intelligence without wisdom is dangerous. Knowledge without humility is destructive, and power without purpose is tyranny. The king who stands, a true king, is also a man of courage. Not the reckless courage of a fool, but the quiet, deliberate courage of a man who knows exactly what's at stake and chooses to stand anyway. He faces adversity without backing down. He stands for what is right, even when it's unpopular. He speaks for the voiceless and places himself between danger and those who cannot protect themselves. A true king does not abandon his people when storms come. He plants his feet, straightens his back, and says with conviction, "Not on my watch." The king who owns his throne within. Before any man can rule a kingdom, he must first rule himself. Self-mastery, the ability to control your emotions, impulses, desires, and ego, is the true foundation of great leadership. A man who is a slave to his anger, pride, or appetites cannot be trusted with the lives of others. Marcus Aurelius, one of Rome's greatest emperors, understood this deeply. He spent his life mastering his inner world before trying to rule the outer one. He knew that the greatest empire any man can build is the empire of his own soul. Master yourself first, then you can lead others. The king who builds for tomorrow. A true king carries vision. He doesn't just see what is, he sees what could be. He plants trees whose shade he may never sit under. He builds institutions, raises the next generation, and lays foundations that will outlast his lifetime. His success is measured not by what he accumulates, but by what he leaves behind. Ask yourself, what am I building? What legacy am I creating? What will remain when I'm gone? A true king thinks about these things. He lives for today, but he invests in tomorrow. The king who kneels. And finally, perhaps the most important quality of all, a true king is a man who kneels. Not out of weakness, but out of humility before a power greater than himself. He recognizes that his authority is given, not self-made. He remains accountable to his people, to history, and to God. He doesn't let the applause of the crowd inflate his ego, nor does he let the criticism of his enemies destroy his purpose. He stays grounded. He draws strength from a deeper well, the well of spiritual wisdom and divine guidance. As the African proverb says, "A king is a king because of his people. No man is great alone." True greatness is always rooted in service, love, and community. The crown that cannot be taken, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the truth I want you to carry with you. A true king can come from any walk of life. He doesn't need a palace or a title. He can be a father raising his children with love and discipline. He can be a young man who chooses integrity when no one is watching. He can be a leader in business, ministry, education. Anywhere people need someone to stand up and lead with honor. The crown of true kingship is not made of gold. It is forged from character, tested in trials, tempered by suffering, and polished by perseverance. And unlike any earthly crown, it cannot be taken. It can only be earned. So walk in wisdom, lead with love, stand with courage, master yourself, build for tomorrow, and kneel in humility. Do these things, and one day, not just the people around you, but history itself, will call you what you truly are, a king. Thank you.